All right, I think I'm going to get started here. We've got a couple people watching at home, so thank you. Obviously, this is going to be recorded as well, so this will be on the MD Custom YouTube webpage. Just have about a 15-minute presentation tonight, just to go over basic, immune system support with the current environment that we're in right now as a country. Obviously, it's important to maintain a proper immune system. So I'm just going to run through about 10 or 15 minutes worth of material. Not a lot of material tonight. Just want to give you the high points of key critical ingredients that we want to get into our system, into our body, so we can improve the immune system. So, and I'll take questions via the YouTube app. Hopefully that'll work. I'm all new to this, so apologize for my lack of IT knowledge. Obviously, what I'm presenting tonight isn't going to be anything terribly earth-shattering or new information for the immune system. But again, my medical disclaimer, as always, just consult your physician before starting any new supplements, of course. So just basic approaches to staying healthy, keeping the immune system strong. Obviously, we all know this already, but just to make sure we're all doing the same thing here, washing our hands for at least 20 seconds with a good soap. There's all kinds of chemistry behind this, but basically soap dissolves the bilipid layer that surrounds the virus. So once that is broken up with the soap, that virus is rendered useless. So that's important to keep doing that. Selenium, there's a lot of talk about selenium with the immune system. 200 micrograms per day is the typical proper dosing. Make sure that you do not take that at the same time as your zinc. They do interfere with the absorption of each other. You can get that by doing 2 Brazil nuts per day, or we do have the orthomolecular reacted selenium still in stock. Luckily, we just got some in this week. Don't go over that 200 microgram limit. That is important to follow that rule. If you're not sure if you're getting the right amount of selenium, ZRT does offer a blood spot and a urine screen for that. So we have those kits available here at the pharmacy. Vitamin A can be a little bit tricky, depends who you talk to, but we don't want to get too much vitamin A required for normal innate and adaptive immune cell function. So it's important in those two regards. It improves the production of immune globulin A, important for the adaptive immune system or the learned immune system, and that's proper functioning. Dosing is typically 50,000 IUs per day. Again, you don't want to go too much more on vitamin A, it can become toxic. Evidence also suggests that vitamin A may increase what's called the ACE receptor on our cells, which then will allow the virus to enter into those cells. The ACE receptor is one of 4 different mechanisms as how the viruses can enter into our healthy cells and infect them. So we want to make sure if we do have a current viral infection that we're not increasing our vitamin A in our supplements. Vitamin D does certainly improve the immune system. However, along with the vitamin A, vitamin D also can increase the number of ACE receptors on the cells. And so if we have more of those ACE receptors, the virus has more probability of entering in that cell and infecting it. So if you don't have a current viral infection, go ahead and do vitamin A and vitamin D. But if you are currently battling a known viral infection, we want to limit the amount of vitamin A and vitamin D that we're taking in. N-acetylcysteine, it's a precursor to glutathione. The other name for it is just NAC or NAC. Protects against lung and respiratory infections. Typical dosing is 500 milligrams twice per day. That too we have in stock. N-acetylcysteine also converts into what's called glutathione. It's a very potent antioxidant in the body. So that's something to consider. The next one that I have listed here is zinc at 30 milligrams a day. Supports basic immune cell function, improves barrier function in the body. I think of zinc as that biomolecular glue, if you will. It keeps our skin intact and strong. It keeps just our barrier function up and active. Propolis is a resin produced by bees. So we sell a lot of Manuka honey here at the pharmacy. Propolis has known antiviral activity. So that's another way to keep the immune system up and running. A couple of other supplement considerations is Immune G, PRP, which contains immune globulin G. I've got just one example of it here by Numedica that we sell. This one comes out of, Numedica is a company out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, but a scoop of this a day can certainly improve the immune system quite effectively. And then Orthomolecular makes a product called NK Stim, which contains a polysaccharide or a sugar, essentially a long branch sugar, a good sugar, which is from the larch tree. I think I have that sitting here too. But the NK Stim, not only does it have the arabinogalactan, but it does have 10 milligrams of zinc, olive leaf extract, and aloe vera gel extract. So that's a nice product to take as well for boosting the immune system. And then prescription-wise, there's a product out there called hydroxychloroquine. The brand name is Plaquenil. And this prescription drug, interferes with the virus's ability to replicate, but it also prevents the viral attaching to that ACE receptor I talked about earlier. This drug is, because of the nature of the pandemic we're in, is in very short supply. I can't get it from our normal supply chains. Right now it's on back order. Hopefully it should be coming in early to mid-April. We can start compounding that because of the lack of availability. But hydroxychloroquine's is, again, something that would require a prescription, but we may consider if somebody has a current viral infection that could be very effective. Remembering good gut health, get back to that one. Just talking about probiotics, making sure we're we're all taking a good high dose probiotic, usually at least 25 billion CFUs is what I typically recommend. I know I got my kids taking a product by Bisevac Research, which is the Children's ENT Pro is the name of it. It's a nice chewable tablet. I even have Joy, who's my 14-month-old, that can easily chew those up. So that's a good probiotic to be taking for the little kids. For adults, I usually recommend the orthobiotic, which is a 25 billion CFU capsule, just taking that 1 to 2 times a day. And then don't stress, which I know it's easier said than done right now. But cortisol weakens our immune system. So whatever we can do to have appropriate adrenal response or appropriate stress response, the better that our immune system will be able to function. So still getting outside, exercising, getting good sleep, all of those things are important. And then, of course, eating a healthy diet, avoiding processed foods, avoiding refined sugars, high glycemic fruits even for that matter, avoiding alcohol. All of those things, we still got to make sure we're doing the basic functions, of course, of getting a good healthy diet as best we can. The other thing is to building up our reserves. So I'm a big fan of this product by Orthomolecular. It's called MitoCore. It basically helps support the engine system of every cell in our body, the mitochondria. The mitochondria produce a lot of metabolic waste, and this product helps to clean a lot of that up. So it has N-acetylcarnitine, acetyl L-carnitine. It has N-acetylcysteine, which you talked about earlier, the NAC. It's got alpha lipoic acid, but it also goes into additional nutrients, which is your beta carotene, CoQ10. It's got 5,000 IUs of vitamin D, the 200 micrograms of selenium that we talked about, and then 30 milligrams of zinc. The dosing on this one, though, is 4 capsules per day. I usually recommend taking 2 twice a day. And then my opinion on the numbers, really there's a lot of information out there on numbers and the amount of patients that are infected and so on and so forth. I'll put a link to Dr. Ray Bisevac, who is a doctor down in Illinois. He's also board certified in anti-aging. I've got a link to his webinar that I'll include down below. It goes through a lot of the different numbers, but essentially my opinion on that is I think we're going to see this virus really start to spread out more widely, which is really going to allow the general public just to develop just a natural immunity to this virus. And so with that, then we'll have antibodies against it. So I think this is going to be something that isn't going away anytime soon, of course. And so I think we still need to take the precautions of quarantining the high risk patients that are out there. But I think for the general public, play it smart, but I don't think there's any need to panic as we unfortunately are doing right now. So I think that's all I've got for tonight. I know it's kind of quick rundown of everything, but I will put the slides. I can email slides to everyone. I encourage you just to comment below, and I can get you those slides as well. I know on the screen it might have come through a little bit blurry or out of focus, so I apologize for that. And I will leave it at that. If there are questions, give me a call at the pharmacy tomorrow. I'll be here all day. And thanks for signing on.